Well, I was in Mykolaiv yesterday before this strongest shelling since the invasion began happened, and people there were just telling me that it's getting stronger by the day over the last 2 weeks, that the level of tension has just been increasing and the frequency of the shellings has been increasing as well. So I guess this is part of a continuing pattern. The strike yesterday killed Oleksiy Vadatursky, who was the founder of Nibulon, a multi-billionaire and a real captain of industry in Ukraine. Nibulon was the country's largest grain exporter, and Mr. Vadatursky was credited with having reactivated river transport in Ukraine up the river from Mykolaiv, and with having rebuilt to a significant degree just his company, the port of Mykolaiv. It's not clear whether or not he was deliberately targeted, but Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to President Zelensky, certainly thinks that it looks like there was a direct and deliberate strike on Mr. Vadatursky's house.
Nuala, this is a small but significant start. We've had days of speculation. Preparations have clearly been happening along the southern Odessa region, but finally you have it, the Grisoni. A ship, you can see it there with its blue hull and stowed cranes on top. It's carrying 26,000 tons of Ukrainian grain. It's destined for Lebanon. It will travel along this planned corridor in the Black Sea through these mine-infested waters alongside it's in range of a Russian naval blockade. It will then make its way via Istanbul, where it will be inspected like all of the vessels in this landmark deal before heading on.
President Vladimir Putin signed a new naval doctrine on Sunday, which cast the United States as Russia's main rival. Inspecting the country's fleet, the leader set out Russia's global maritime ambitions for crucial areas like the Arctic and in the Black Sea. Putin was speaking on the nation's Navy Day in the former imperial capital of St. Petersburg, a city founded by Tsar Peter the Great. The president praised Peter for making Russia a great sea power and increasing the global standing of the Russian state. Shortly before, Putin signed a new 55-page doctrine setting out the Navy's strategic aims and its ambitions as a great maritime power extending over the entire world.
الرجاله ورا.
وين راح مشهد يا زلمه؟
ليك يا عم ما تشفط هوا من برا.
Emergency. We've lost our right wheel. For the first time, audio from inside the cockpit during an emergency landing near Raleigh, North Carolina.
How do you intend to land at Raleigh-Durham?
Get as slow as we can, and I guess we're going to put it on the belly.
The twin-engine turboprop plane seen barreling past emergency vehicles before skidding off the runway and spinning to a stop. The plane took off with 2 pilots.
We had 2 persons on board,
but landed with only 1 inside.
We do have 1 subject who is not on the aircraft.
Soul number 2 jumped from the aircraft. Unknown location, did not have a parachute.
Police say Charles Hugh Crooks, the 23-year-old co-pilot, either jumped or fell from the plane mid-flight and without a parachute. Now, a deepening mystery over what happened to Crooks. There's no mention of the pilot exiting the aircraft on the recordings. After an hours-long search Friday, his body found in a backyard, roughly 30 miles from where the plane landed.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear visiting the disaster zone today as new storms get in the way of rescue operations in an area where some homes are tucked into hillsides.
Kentucky's governor says more than 600 people have been rescued by air alone since the flooding began. That means help from helicopters like this Black Hawk. The National Guard says this chopper can get a boat inflated and dropped into the water in just about 2 minutes.
But again, help came too late for even more people. Tonight, the official death toll, 28 killed. The governor promising the state will pay for funerals, admitting the death toll is merely a formality.
We do know of additional bodies that have been recovered, but we cannot confirm those deaths at this time.
Rescue efforts are underway following Saturday night's flooding in the Mount Elgon region in eastern Uganda. The Ugandan Army and Red Cross teams are on ground to help with evacuations. Reports indicate 2 rivers broke their banks, submerging homes and crops, leaving close to 700 people homeless. There are fears the number of the dead could rise, as many are still missing and several injured. Roads in the affected areas have been cut off, making it difficult for rescue teams to carry out evacuations.